Hey everybody, welcome to Wisconsin Wonder Garden. I'm here in Tomahawk, Wisconsin at my grandparents' place for 4th of July, and I figured I'd take a moment and show you their garden since I'm here. Beautiful garden, and they've been taking care of it for many years, so here it is. Here's her perennial flower garden. I'll show you this first. It's about 75 feet wide and maybe 10 feet deep. This is all perennials in here, so she really doesn't touch it much, except for a little bit of light weeding here and there if she finds some larger pest weeds that will just take over some of these plants. She has all sorts of plants in here, including, daisies, lilies, some thyme, some sedum. Then she has some phlox as well, but I figured I'd give you a quick overlook of this. A lot of the plants are not quite in flower yet, but as you can see, it's just a very lush and thick flower garden. I like how she has a lot of the shorter foreground plants in the front, and then the taller background plants such as the daisies. Of course, my grandma's smart enough to plan that out. Again, like I said, it's been many years, so very great to come and take a look at it each year. So that's the flower garden. Then here is the vegetable garden. The problem that they have the most, I'll show you guys, is this is very sandy soil. So essentially, if you do have very sandy soil, like a lot of people up north here do, you're pretty much going to have to add in compost or some sort of substrate that just creates a more fertile environment for the plants. Because if you have just really solid sandy soil, then you're not going to get a lot of nutrients to the plants. So one thing that helps this is the fact that they've farmed it for many years. Again, since they've been living here, over 30 years, they've been farming this one spot. So over time, they've built a lot of nutrients in the soil, so that helps a lot. And they also add in some compost to it as well. We have beans, carrots, lettuce, cabbage, spinach, whole row of peppers back here, and then tomatoes, which he usually has a problem with, blight. It starts down over at the bottom and slowly works its way up throughout the season, he said. I was just talking to him about it, and it seems to be a reoccurring issue every year. But again, it's just because of this really sandy soil. Tomatoes kind of have a hard time with it, and there might be some sort of blight in the soil itself as well. But he manages and harvests what he can out of it. The peppers I'll take you to. Here are the pepper plants. So they're doing pretty good. We got some flower buds just opening up, and so they're right on track with those. The carrots oftentimes do really good. We got kohlrabi, and then some squash and corn as well. The corn's a little bit lacking this year because it's been pretty dry over the last few weeks. So it's only about 1.5 feet tall right now. But if you just have a later harvest, I think that's the worst thing that can happen with that corn. It'll pretty much go up no matter what. I would say that the carrots that they get out of here are usually the best. They usually produce great carrots and radishes from this garden. I think the sandy soil actually helps out with that. I remember growing up as a kid, we'd always have fresh vegetables from the garden, which is the best thing about having it. You know, it's not always cost efficient to have a garden. You could definitely go to the grocery store and pick up something for cheaper. But as far as the nutrients that you're going to be getting out of a garden like this, it's just so much greater. Plus you have the experience and tradition of passing down gardening techniques to the younger generations. So I'm always very thankful of that they've had this to show me and show my parents, so my parents showed me as well. And here I am today. So that's the garden. Again, we got a nice big vegetable garden here, and then my grandma's perennial garden. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great and wonderful gardening adventure, and happy 4th of July as well. Take care.